looking for a calling, felt lonely in a crowd. I was searching for the answers, too blind to see the signs. He was always by my side. He shed his light and picked me up. I'm safe in his arms. I found my bliss in the greatest love there is. The greatest love there is.
Hey friends, hope you're having a fantastic start to your day today. Today we are preparing all the wonderful food that our family enjoys having for Easter dinner. So we are a traditional ham family for Easter, so we like to make that with all the wonderful sides, and I'm going to share with you the ones that we enjoy making and have enjoyed making for over 20 plus years. The first up is going to be strawberry pretzel dessert. I remember having this as a teenager, and there was no internet. There was none of that. It was just handed down recipe. One of my aunts had made it. Very enjoyable, very good. And I'm so thankful that it carries on tradition in my household, because this is probably one of the most requested desserts in our household. So we're thankful for fresh strawberries here in Florida this time of year, because we got some good strawberries that we'll be able to make this dessert with. We've made it many times throughout the year where everybody's requested it for their birthday, and it was just not strawberry season, so they weren't as good. But when you have nice fresh strawberries, it's good to be able to make this. So I'm going to start making the layers. Okay, you're going to take, for strawberry pretzel dessert, you're taking a 16-ounce bag of pretzels, and you're going to use about 3/4 of the bag. Put them in your food processor to let it grind up, and then you're going to add in 1 cup of butter melted and 6 tablespoons of sugar, and just combine it so it's nice and smooth to pat in the pan. After it's all ground up in your food processor, you're going to pat it in your 9x13 pan. You're going to bake it in the oven at 350 for 10 minutes. Okay, after the crust comes out, you're going to let it cool for a little bit. I'm going to start working on the next layer. So you're going to take 1 package of cream cheese and mix it in your mixer with 1 cup of sugar. Make sure you do this part first. After it's mixed, then add in a container of Cool Whip. If you put the Cool Whip in there next, with all of it, it'll get clumpy. So you want to do the cream cheese and sugar first, and then the other one, just mix it real well. If you notice, my Cool Whip is a little bit frozen, even adding it in here. But it's fine. When you whip it up, it doesn't even matter. It whips up real nice and makes it nice and smooth. And then you're going to take it on your cooled crust, and you're going to spread that layer on. And then you're going to place it in the refrigerator and let it cool. Now for myself, this crust wasn't completely cooled. I'm kind of in a hurry to get out the door, so I even did it when it was a little bit warm, but I'm going to put it directly into the refrigerator and then leave it there. I'm going to leave it there overnight because I'm not going to be able to get to this till the morning. For strawberry pretzel dessert here, you have to do it in layers and just levels, and so it's kind of made throughout the day. I made my crust and got that done, so now I'm going to mix up my Jell-O packet. So for our recipe, I'm going to be using 3 packages of strawberry Jell-O. And one of the differences, I'm going to add just about 1 cup less of water to it. So for each package, it's 2 cups of water. So I'll be adding 5 total of it in here and just letting it sit. And then I like to put this in the refrigerator so it can kind of harden up a little bit. You can pour it directly on your crust, but what it does is sometimes it seeps through and you have, which is no big deal. You just get Jell-O sometimes through your layers. So if you kind of wait for a little bit till it hardens up, it's a little bit nicer and stays a little bit better on top. While that crust is cooling with that next layer in my refrigerator, I'm going to start on my next one, and this is going to be pumpkin pie. This is a large family pumpkin pie. I made this recipe because way back in the day when we had 10 kids at home, round pies went real quick. You could make those little 8-inch pies and they would disappear like hotcakes. And so I never had a lot of round cake pans or pie plates because it was like we were limited on what we had and what we stored, and so, but we had a lot of the 9x13 pans because that was just easy to make for large amounts of people. So this recipe I came across and I'm like, okay, this is a very simple crust. It tasted delicious, everybody liked it, and we've stuck with it. So it is in my family cookbook, one that I made a cookbook of all of our family's favorite recipes and to be able to pass down to my children so that they had a way to access all of them. So this, what I'm going to do is put in my food processor. I'm going to put in there 1 cup of flour, a cup of oatmeal, and a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. We're going to mix that up, let that all kind of break into little pieces, and we're going to add in, cut in 1/2 cup of butter in here, and then let that do, the food processor does all the work for you. So you don't even have to mix this up. If you want to do it by hand, you can go ahead and do that and just kind of cut it in with the pastry cutter, but the beautiful thing is the food processor does a great job. Now you can grind this up. I like to take, this is old-fashioned oatmeal, so it's a little bit bigger. So I like to put in the food processor for a little bit so it grinds it up so it's finer. So you can do whatever you want. I like to have finer because I like more of a even crust versus like a, what's the word? Chewy crust, I guess is a good word. There's a little bit more uniformity if you grind it up tinier. So I'm gonna put this in here, mix it up, and then as you see it all combined, you're good to go. And then I'm gonna just pat it into a 9x13 pan, put it in the oven and bake it for 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. For my pumpkin pie, you can mix it up in a blender or in your mixing bowl, whatever you want to have. Since I already have my food processor on, I'm just going to do it right in my blender. It just whips up real quick. It's very easy. I remember seeing like blender pumpkin pie and I'm like, genius, but it just mixes it up for you. So into mine, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of sugar, 4 eggs, 2 15-ounce can of pumpkin, 2 15-ounce can of evaporated milk, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of nutmeg, and just blend this up. Very simple. So what I'm going to do here is just pour the pie filling onto the crust and put it back in the oven for about 45 minutes. Okay, now we're going to go back to the strawberry pretzels. I'm going to cut my strawberry tops off here and slice them into little slices. And then we're gonna top this with the strawberries in here. And I'm gonna pour my Jell-O on top of it. So now, again, some of this will probably seep through, and that's quite all right. But I have other things to get done today, so I don't wanna just miss that opportunity. Sometimes I'll like get busy and then it'll get too thickened, and then it's like, oh, way too long, and it'll kind of be chunky. So I'm just gonna pour it on top and then cover it with plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator. And the next thing I'm gonna do is cherry pies. And so these are mini cherry pies. And so what I like to do is just take a pie crust and cut out in a circle a little bigger than a muffin cup, and then push them down and put some cherry pie filling on top. So this is I've started making these for Greg this way, and he really enjoyed them this way. And it's kind of nice because you can kind of, instead of having like a pie with, you know, and a plate and some of the cherries falling off, it's like you get your own little individual pie. So these are fun. We've done these with multiple different kinds, but this is one that he enjoys and likes, so I like to make that for him. So I just buy pie crust for this, just a little bit easier. Spray my muffin tin, put it in, we're gonna bake in the oven. And while my water is boiling over here, I'm gonna add pasta to it to make macaroni salad. This is a staple in our household. It is my mother-in-law's. I'm sure she's had it from her whole life. I wanna say, I don't know if it was from her or from her mother or what it was from, but it's a staple they have with ham. So I'm just gonna boil a bunch of macaroni because this is a favorite. While it's boiling, I'm gonna take my cherry pie filling and put it on top of the crust. Our hams, I've got 2 hams that I got at the Amish store. Great little hams. They were cheap. They were only like $16 and $18. Wonderful for them. So what I'm going to do is put them in the smoker. I feel like they're already cooked, so it's just heating them up basically, and then, you know, give it a nice smoky flavor. So I'm going to turn the smoker on. Shut this down, let the smoke cook for the day. So my pasta is done here, so I'm going to take it and put it in here. When now in Florida here, our water does not get very cool at all, so I try to keep the cold water and put it in, but it's basically not that cool, cooler than boiling water, of course. So I try to do the water from the refrigerator as well, but the container is only so big, so I try to rinse as best I can. I'll put another bowl and we'll make macaroni salad. Macaroni salad is very simple. We make it with cucumbers, tomatoes, salt and pepper, and Miracle Whip. That's it. That's the only thing we add. Green onions. I'll throw some green onions in there too. I'm not going to add as many tomatoes because my husband doesn't like it, but since it is the holidays, it looks a little more prettier with some tomatoes in there. So I'll put a few in there. We'll mix it up. We'll have a huge amount here because, again, we'll be using it. I'm also using it for Greg's lunch during the week, but it also will be a favorite for people today. So I'm going to just cut this up and then we'll add it in. So the macaroni salad, I'm going to put some in food dishes here for Greg's lunch, so I already have that done. I'm going to take that and just put ham in it for him for the week. He likes eating that, so I'm going to do that first. The rest I'll put in a container, and then we can serve it for dinner. So I'm going to do my deviled eggs right now. Now these, eggs are one of those things where sometimes they turn out, sometimes they don't. I don't know. We've moved to the mountains thinking it was just the elevation that made them not turn out. Then I moved to Florida thinking this and that. Some say older eggs, newer eggs. You know what? I've done every method. I've been cooking for a long time. 30 years doing deviled eggs. Sometimes they turn out great, sometimes they don't. So the time where they turned out more like on the good side was when I used a pressure cooker. Those helped to do. I don't have a pressure cooker anymore. That helped. And then also this egg, like an egg cooker. That worked really good. So I just went through and did 3 batches because mine only holds about 7 eggs, and got that in there. And then I'm going to peel them here. If some are yucky, I'll just put them in the bowl and we'll chop them up. That's the beautiful thing about it. It's like, even if you ruin a few, it's like they can be mixed in with the Miracle and mustard to add for the filling. So I'm going to peel these so we can have deviled eggs. Now what I do is slice the eggs in half here. Now some of them are a little bit like wonky where the peeling, stuck to it. I kind of cut them at an angle, like to cut off the bumpy part, to put that and mix it in with the yolks, and then you have a whole egg, which is kind of nice. So that's happened many times over the years. So just keep slicing the tops off. Now, you're gonna have plenty of filling if you get the inside, the yolk out real well. So this is good. I had plenty in here and plenty extra. Now I'm gonna do something different. Top it now. My family we always just put paprika on top. That's it. If you have it, we put that on top. But I'm gonna do something different. I laugh because when I did like tradition. Tradition is good, but like Thanksgiving and Easter, I always like to mix it up and have a different dessert or have a different side dish, because I guess I get tired of the same ones, me personally. And so, I'll come up with these great different chocolate brownie cheesecake and this and that, and then I get through all these things. I have a vote on the favorite dessert, and it's like, oh, we like the traditional pumpkin pie, the traditional chocolate pie. So I'm like, okay, no sense making it. And so for the eggs, same way, they just love plain eggs, but I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna top some with paprika, some with cut up green onion, and then some sprinkled with bacon. I have seen that before, just bacon bits on top. We'll see. Again, I might be one of those where they're like, ew, or they might enjoy them. We'll just have to see, but just something different. There we go. I'll let you know how they are, but I think they're going to be delicious with the bacon on there. We'll see, and it's got some extra right here. Pumpkin pie is done, so that is good. Spill it a little bit, you know it's cooked. I'm going to cover this, put this in the refrigerator so we can have some cold pumpkin pie. These are out. Greg's already got into them. They're delicious, so this is good. And the next dish I'm going to make is mac and cheese. This is a staple for sure from the time the kids were little until older. So I've changed pasta shapes over the years to large shells. These ones work really good, the Celentani ones. So for our mac and cheese, how you make it cheesy, I feel like, is by using a container of canned cheddar cheese. So that's just how we like it. I know I grew up having it with Velveeta cheese, but my family seems to like the canned cheddar. So this is from a big giant can from Sam's Club, and then I'm mixing it with cheese. We're using Colby Jack because that's what we have. And I'm gonna add milk in here, salt and pepper. And I'll probably add a little bit of chicken bouillon. I feel like that makes the flavor really good. Now the key to nice and creamy mac and cheese is having more, don't cook your noodles all the way, and add enough liquid so it doesn't get dry. So I'll make sure that when I can see my noodles through the liquid, and then I'll put foil on this, and then we'll bake it in the oven. And we'll have really cheesy mac and cheese right here. I'm gonna do one dairy-free and one just regular. Mac and cheese is all about taste. So after you mix it up, taste it. It's good, you're good to go. Maybe you need a little more salt to it to bring more flavor to it. Do that, or pepper, whatever you need. This is looking real gooey, which is good. And then I'll bake in the oven real low when it's closer to dinner time. Okay, one of the last dishes that I'm going to make, I'm going to do baked beans too, but that just opens a can and pour in a dish. It's real simple. Our cheesy potatoes, this is something my mom used to make cheesy potatoes. Grandma's cheesy potatoes, so good. She'd make them so cheesy, so wonderful, so delicious. And so in our household, it's like sometimes I'll make them for like a side for dinner, and sometimes they get eaten a ton, and sometimes they don't go away. And then when I make them for holidays, usually they're like, these are the best things ever, and they eat all of them up. So I'm like, okay, so I try to save them for the holidays. I really like cheesy potatoes, but they're obviously very cheesy and just lots of gooey, and probably not the best all the time. So nice to make it on Easter. So I'm going to use shredded potatoes because I went to Aldi to get them. I do like using the square ones, I guess it's like a cottage potato where it's more tinier, but I didn't go to Walmart to get them. So, and it was last minute. Maddie said, "Are you going to make cheesy potatoes?" So these are delicious. I'm just going to do the potatoes, and then I'm going to do I would be adding cream of chicken soup homemade. So that's what I'm going to put in here with the cheddar cheese in a can, shredded cheese, and sour cream. Grandma would have chicken bouillon as well. That's where I got that from. Salt and pepper. I'm going to add onion powder, garlic powder. I'm going to cut up some green onions from my garden plot of a pot outside. Mix it up nice and gooey. These are delicious. Yeah, bake them in the oven, and probably my favorite dish ever. So good. It's one of those things you just keep going back to. These, my mom would make the best. This and meatloaf. I still remember my mom's meatloaf. Anybody else have a favorite meal of their mom's? My mom has passed away, and like nobody else likes meatloaf, but like that is the one dish I just love. My mom's meatloaf, and I make meatloaf, and I cook pretty good, I think, but I feel like grandma's meatloaf just a little bit better. You know how that is. So I like meatloaf, and she'd have it with baked beans and cheesy potatoes. So just delicious, yummy. Now the cheesy potatoes, they're going to be frozen. They are frozen. So if you know that they're going to thaw, so it's going to add a little bit of liquid. So it's okay that it's not like it. I mean, I don't want them liquidy, but you know what I mean. Like stuck together like this is good because they're going to cook, and then that liquid from the frozen will kind of go out. And this is so good. And put it in a pan here, and my casserole dish, I put some spray in it so it wouldn't stick, and then we'll bake it. Now we don't do anything with the baked beans. You just put them on pan and cook them in the oven. Very easy to make. Now, one thing we got was this wonderful gift came in the mail from one of my viewers, from Miss Carol. You're so sweet. she sent us a box of chocolate Lindor Easter eggs. Now, beautiful. That was such a heartfelt gesture. In Florida here, it's a little toasty, and so my delivery came, and she told me it was coming, so I went out to look for it, but it must have been too warm even in the deliverer's truck, and so my eggs were a little bit melted, so I thought I could just put them in the freezer and that'd be fine. And I thought, I'm gonna do something different today. We have strawberries, so I thought, why don't I take all this, melt the chocolate, and let us use it as a dipping for the strawberries. I think that would be very, very good. So none of this went to waste because it's already kind of soft because of the temperature, but it worked out very good. So thank you so much, Miss Carol. It definitely didn't go to waste. Everybody enjoyed it thoroughly. Okay, changed my mind a little bit. The chocolate melted. It is good. It's not going to harden up. So I added chocolate chips to it. I think you'd have to add a lot more to it to make it around the strawberry. And then I have a lot of stuff left over. So I was like, why don't I just do like a chocolate fondue? Yeah, it's going to stay melted because it's hot in here. I mean, it's warm. Florida. I can stick this one outside. So I'm thinking to cut up some strawberries here. I'll do some oranges and some apples. I've got some pretzels. I've got nuts, and they can dip it around the chocolate. I think that'd be good. Okay, so now I'm like thinking, I'll do this whole charcuterie spread. I wasn't really sure what I was going to put up, but now I've got the chocolate. I'm like, let me get creative here. So I got apples and oranges and grapes and strawberries. That'll work really good. So now I'm going to do some veggies because I've got hummus. So I'll do the carrots and cucumbers. That'll work out really good. And then I'll do some cheese and salami, and I've got mixed nuts, got pretzels and crackers. We'll put those all out as well. And then we'll have a nice little spread of snacks to eat. It'll be yummy. Okay, so for charcuterie, we're going to have this put out right now. Got all of our fruit here. We're going to use our chocolate sauce for dipping, which will be really yummy. We've got some hummus and veggies. I pulled out this tray because we have more, and then we got some pickles right here. So this will be delicious to kind of munch on for right now. Okay, we just came in, so we're going to have dinners. Ham, macaroni and cheese. Look how good and cheesy it is. Got the dairy-free one. We got beans right here. Macaroni salad, cheesy potatoes, our wonderful eggs. Those didn't even smush with the plastic wrap on very well. And then here's the rolls. So delicious. We've been already eating the munchies. Good Easter traditional dinner for our family. Ready? Cut it aesthetically. Okay. Can I just like stab it? Wait, ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, there you go. Okay, good job. I don't think it should cut good. Hi, YouTube. I didn't know. Hey, James. Hey. Good job, Pretzel. Look at that. Yummy.